Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Adam Mohammed Isman and I'd like to welcome you to the English news program on Somaliland National Television, broadcasting from the capital of Somaliland, ENG Sa. Here are the latest stories making the headlines. Minister of Education and Higher Studies holds press conference at National Examination Centre. Somaliland Armed Forces in Taleh District receive a donation from community in Taleh District. Islamic cleric issues call for arms against ISIL. Parliamentarians in the Somaliland House of Elders discussed social issues such as illegal migration and social services in a session chaired by the Speaker of the House of Elders, Sulaiman Mahmoud Aden.
The Somaliland House of Elders discussed on illegal migration and other social affairs for Somaliland. The session of the House of Elders was chaired by the Chairman of the House of Elders, Sulaiman Mahmoud Adam. The members of House of Elders who were attending the session discussed the importance of curtailing of illegal migration. Some of the members of the House of Elders who spoke at the meeting suggested ways to develop social affairs such as education, health and economic sectors. The members also discussed the importance of demarcating the borders of the districts and regions of Somaliland before the upcoming presidential and parliamentarian elections.
The Minister of Education and Higher Studies, Samsam Abdi Aden, held a press conference at the National Examination Centre in the capital of Somaliland, ENG Sa.
The Minister of Education and Higher Studies, Samsam Abdi Adam, held a press conference discussing the GCE and leaving examination of Somaliland secondary and intermediate schools. At the beginning of the press conference, the head of the Somaliland Examination Office, Dawood Ahmed Farah, spoke about preparation of the GEC and leaving examinations. Dawood Ahmed Farah also enlightened the process of preparation, and he told that the examination office prepared all facilities for examinations. On the other hand, the Minister of Education and Higher Studies, Samsam Abdi Adam, spoke in the press conference, and she mentioned that year after year the student is sitting for the examination increases. The minister also mentioned that the increase of the students is a symbol of progress for Somaliland education sector.
The Somaliland Armed Forces, currently in the Taleh district of the Seoul region, have received a donation of livestock, considered to be the most valuable type of livestock in Somali culture, from the Taleh district residents. The Somaliland Armed Forces in the Taleh district of the Seoul region have received a donation of livestock, consisting of camels, considered to be the most valuable kind of livestock in Somali culture. The donation was made by the local community of the Taleh district following a press conference held just yesterday, where their appointed officials in the Somaliland government and Houses of Parliament stated that the public of the Taleh district requested the presence of the Somaliland Armed Forces following the decision by members of the diaspora to host a meeting in the district aimed at disturbing the peace Somaliland has worked so hard to preserve. Lieutenant Colonel Dolal, who was the highest ranking Somaliland Armed Forces official at the donation ceremony, accepted the gift and added that their presence in the district is to preserve the peace and not to incite any kind of violence, as requested by members of the public. Meanwhile, parliamentarians of the Somaliland House of Parliament expressed their appreciation to the warm reception to the Somaliland Armed Forces by the Taleh district community. These parliamentarians included Abdul Qadir Mohammed Hassan, Bashir Tukale, Ahmed Diri Nana and Sulaiman Ali Kore and Dr. Kajande. The Ministry of Fisheries and Marine Resources bid farewell to officials who have been sent on a training course to East African neighbouring country Uganda. The Ministry of Fisheries and Marine Resources has sent officials of the ministry on a training programme to East African neighbouring country Uganda. The Director General of the Ministry of Fisheries and Marine Resources, Mohammed Ilmi Hussein, provided further insight on the trainees and the training programme they will be attending. And on this note, Director General Mohammed Ilmi Hussein said, "We thank the Ugandan government for holding this training session for officials from our ministry and neighbouring countries." And he urged the trainees departing to Uganda to take advantage of the training provided by the Ugandan government. Officials of the Ministry of Health commemorated World Blood Donation Day in the capital of Somaliland, Hargeisa. The Ministry of Health commemorated World Blood Donation Day, which is on the 14th of June each year. This meeting, which was intended to mark this global day, was held at Imperial Hotel in the capital of Somaliland, Hargeisa. The event had many officials of the Ministry of Health in attendance, such as the Director General of the Ministry of Health, Dr. Osman Hassan Warsame, the Director of Hargeisa Group Hospital, Ahmed Haji Umar Askar, and other high-ranking officials of the Ministry of Health. Director General of the Ministry of Health, Osman Hassan Warsame, discussed the ongoing efforts of the Ministry regarding national public health services. Dr. Osman Hassan Warsame discussed donations towards the National Blood Bank, which is based in Hargeisa Group Hospital and will be available in particular to mothers during childbirth. You're still tuned into the English news program on Somaliland National Television, the only Somali-speaking channel with an English news program. And now for our international news in detail. Pro-Russian rebels have shot down a military transport plane in eastern Ukraine, reportedly killing 49 people.
The U.S. is prepared to intensify its support to Iraq to help drive out al-Qaeda and inspired fighters who have seized several cities, President Barack Obama has said. The president did not rule out airstrikes, raising the possibility of the first American military intervention in Iraq since the U.S.-led war ended in 2011. Obama's statement on Thursday came as fighters from the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant, ISIL, which has already taken control of major parts of the country, mainly in the north, fought to target the capital Baghdad. Iraq is going to need more help. It is going to need more help from us, and it is going to need more help from the international community, Obama said. My team is working around the clock to identify how we can provide the most effective assistance to them. I don't rule out anything because we do have a stake in making sure that these jihadists are not getting permanent foothold, he said. ISIL, which aims to establish an Islamic State that straddles the border of Iraq and Syria, has launched a military campaign in nearly a third of the country along with associated groups. On Wednesday, the fighters seized Tikrit, 140 km northwest of Baghdad, as Iraqi soldiers fled. The day before, they captured Mosul, Iraq's second-largest city. ISIL and its alliance among local tribesmen also hold the city of Fallujah and other pockets of the Sunni-dominant Anbar province to the west of Baghdad. About 500,000 people have fled their homes in fear of increased violence from the ISIL takeover and possible military assault by the army to retake control of the seized areas. Speaking to reporters at the White House, Obama said the Iraqis needed to do more to bridge sectarian divides in the country, but he noted military action was needed right away. It's fair to say that in our consultations with the Iraqis there will be some short-term immediate things that need to be done military, and our national security team is looking at all the options. But this should be also a wake-up call for the Iraqi government. There has to be a political component to this. White House spokesman Jay Carney said later that the United States was not contemplating sending ground troops to Iraq. Critics, including Republican Speaker of the House of Representatives John Boehner, said Obama had contributed to the unrest in Iraq by failing to negotiate a deal under which the U.S. would have left a small force there after pulling out troops at the end of 2011. Boehner urged Obama to deliver military and other aid promised to the government in Baghdad. What's the president doing? Taking a nap, he said. The Obama administration has highlighted recent U.S. reports, including delivery of 300 Hellfire missiles, millions of rounds of small arms fire, thousands of rounds of tank ammunition, machine guns, and other weapons for the Iraqi security forces. What I think the Iraqi army desperately needs is trainers and mentors on the ground in limited numbers who can help to stiffen their resolve and develop them into a more capable tactical force. Report Grainer, a former top counter-terrorism official at the CIA, told reporters it was the removal of those trainers and mentors in 2011 that left the Iraqi army as vulnerable as it is right now.
Grand Ayatollah Ali al-Sistani has called on volunteers to fight the armed group ISIL, which is close to the Iraqi capital, Baghdad.
Grand Ayatollah Ali al-Sistani, Iraq's most senior Shia cleric, has called on Iraqis to take up arms against Sunni fighters advancing towards Baghdad, prompting an immediate response from hundreds who volunteered to bolster the capital's defenses. Sistani issued a call to arm on Friday to defend Iraq against the offensive spearheaded by the armed group the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant, which had gained more ground in the country overnight by seizing the strategically important towns of Jalulullah and Sa'idah. Citizens were able to bear arms and fight terrorists to defend their country and their people and their holy places should volunteer and join the security forces to achieve this holy purpose. Sistani's representative announced on his behalf during Friday prayers in the Shia shrine city of Karbala. He who sacrifices for the cause of defending his country and his family and his honor will be a martyr, he added. The elderly Sistani, who rarely appears in public, is highly influential in the Shia Muslim world and is revered by millions.
And that's all the news we have for you today. Thanks very much for watching. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.